Good evening, everyone. We're back with the Abundance Tree podcast, and I'm the host, Janice Luke, and I'm here with my co-host.
April Capri. What's up, girl?
Girl, what is up, April Capri? What's going
What is
on?
that?
How you doing today?
Doing good. I got with this heat and got these arms out today. I see my neck
Girl,
and shoulders. Look.
I must have gotten the memo because I'm out seeing with my arms.
Yeah, I'm not playing with this heat today. I said, okay, I
Right.
get that. Yeah, you win.
Right. This was in the back of my closet, so I had to pull it to the front. It's time. It's time.
Listen,
It's
all
time.
this, all the summer stuff, I'm dreading. Like it's the season. You got to put all the winter stuff and the sweaters and stuff away, and then pull out all the summers. I'm like, oh God.
It's all good though. It's
Yeah, it's
all
all good.
good. It's all
It's all
good.
good.
Yes. So, do we have a awesome guest or what?
We do have a super awesome, very special guest. We have a master cosmetologist and successful business owner with over 30 years of experience. Growing up with the desire for beautiful things but limited means, she learned the value of creating her own opportunities early on. In 2005, she opened Trifecta Hair Studio, a thriving salon that has become a cornerstone of her community. Building on her success, she recently expanded her entrepreneurial ventures with the opening of Beauty Automations by Trifecta, which is an automated beauty supply store. Join us as we delve into her journey of resilience, creativity, and business acumen. We have Miss Aries Henderson Phillips.
Right.
Very impressive.
Very. She's joining now.
Yes.
Aries. I'm gonna
Welcome,
say it. I'm gonna
Aries.
say it. Show yourself, Aries.
Show yourself, girl.
Show
There you
yourself.
are.
There you go. Hey,
Hi,
Aries.
beautiful.
How's it going?
Going well. How are you?
Hey,
Uh-oh, I think your speaker's covered up.
my speaker's covered?
There you are. There you are.
There you
There you are.
go.
Doing
Yeah.
well, girl. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I didn't. Hold on a
No, you're
second.
good now. You're good.
Yeah.
We can hear you
Okay.
Yeah.
now.
That's good. Yeah.
So
How
what's
you
going
doing?
on?
Not much. We're digging the swag there, the trifecta shirt and hat and everything. That looks good.
Well,
Yeah,
brand is always important, and you
Right?
have to stay in your brand at all times when it comes to business.
I know that's
Absolutely.
right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
tell us about your journey. How did you get started in cosmetology? You've been in the game for a while.
Um, I think it was my mom had like quite a few kids. It was six of us. So when it's six of us, you can't get all the things that are coming out.
Mhm.
So I mean, because she can't buy everybody, the new in style shoes and clothes. It's just too many children. So I had to develop a way to be able to create my own income so I can be able to do what I want to do. And that's kind of what happened. And my journey started around 12 years old.
Wow,
I
there you
started
Wow.
braiding then. And I think back then I was getting something like $25 a head for like cornrows on like little kids or something. And it just developed into something that I really liked. It felt really good to be able to do someone's hair and then they feel good about themselves when they left. And from that, went to cosmetology school and completed that and did some extensive training outside of that. And here we are today,
Wow, that's awesome. Since 12, right? You said?
12 years old. Yes.
Wow.
Wow. So,
So I've never worked for anyone a day in my life. I don't even know what it's like to punch a clock.
That's a beautiful thing, girl.
that
That's a
is.
beautiful
So,
thing.
It's a double-edged sword, though.
What do you
so you,
mean?
It's a double-edged sword because when you work for someone, you have a schedule. They tell you what to do and they tell you when to go, when to come. And I have a saying that if they could feed you, they could starve you. And I never want nobody to be able to starve me.
I like that.
So
yeah,
I had to learn everything through trial and error. It wasn't always good. It was some bad times. I just never gave up. And it worked out.
that's awesome. So, can you describe some of the kind of difficulties or things that you overcame along the way?
Um, I remember there was this one time I was working in a salon in the city of Compton. It was like in my earlier years of being a cosmetologist. And for whatever reason, it just wasn't enough for me. So I just got up one day, got in my car, went to Beverly Hills, Little Santa Monica, and Cannon, walked into a salon and said, I would like to rent a booth here. Had no clue about what was going on, but I just bet it on me and it worked out. I eventually went from renting a booth to actually taking over that salon, but that actually failed because I wasn't way back then. They had systems in place way back then, and I believe it was like in 2002 or something like that. And I was so clueless of the systems, but everything that I learned from working in the salon in Compton, working in the salon in Beverly Hills, Wilshire, and all of these other places, I took a little bit of everything I learned and then I developed Trifecta.
Wow,
And
that's
so through
amazing.
trial and error, ups and downs, it worked out.
That's
That's
amazing. So
great.
what is Trifecta is your brand? Is
Yes,
that
it is.
okay? So is that when you started your salon that you're in now?
No, my very first salon was in 2005. So this location is number 17.
Oh,
Yes,
Wow.
17.
absolutely.
Wow,
Ups,
that's amazing.
downs, ins, outs, just never gave up.
Oh, that's
And I
awesome.
every time I would get a salon, and it would go bad, I would learn something from that and go to the next one. And every year it was like, if I was in one place for 2 years, the next year it was 3, and so on and so forth until I landed a location that really worked for me. And I was there for 7 years. Once I got to that point, I felt like I got a system in place and I just rinse and repeat.
Right. So are
That's
all these
amazing.
locations you owned, or did you rent booths in these locations?
In these locations, I actually and became really good at commercial leasing,
Okay.
and learned what it take. I was able, I became so good at this, renting commercial leases. I remember renting one location and I always went for the highest area possible. So I remember renting one location on Pico and Fairfax. I knew the language so well that I was able to rent that salon, going to contract, and only had $125.
Wow.
But because I knew what to say, how to say, and at the right time, they agreed and they entered into a contract with me, and I gave them $125 just to take the sign out the window.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was crazy. It worked though, but I bet on me all the time. I'm always gonna bet on me.
You are the definition of determined for sure.
Yeah, well, it's no, I've never worked for anyone. I wouldn't even understand if someone told me, oh, you have 35 minutes for lunch. I don't even know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? I probably would
Yeah.
be fired. Um, but at the same time, I wish I did have the security of saying, if I go to work, whether I do nothing at all, I'm gonna get paid. That was in the early years. Now that I understand how important it is to have a back end system
Mhm.
in my beauty business, even when I come to work, even if someone books an appointment, even if they don't show up, I still get paid. And so it's extremely, extremely, extremely important when you're in the beauty industry that you understand the importance of having a back end system in your business. And then because the days of standing out, passing out cards, that's very 1992, so to speak.
I remember 1992. So,
Everything is
yes.
automation. You have to
Yeah.
automate everything. And I think it's very important that people automate it. I'm actually doing a master class showing people how to get a back-end system in their business, whether they braid hair, do lashes, anything that's beauty related. I can show them how to put a back-end system together where it will it'll market for them, it'll get clients for them, it'll handle their credit and debit card, it'll store it from their clients. Um, it'll also do the analytics. They'll have tax documents at the end of the year. It does like some of everything. It does any and everything for you. It'll tell you when you have a client, what time, how long it would take, and everything. And that's so important when you working in the beauty industry because we're self-employed.
Well, it really
Yes.
is because when you think of cosmetology, doing hair, like you said, whether it's being a barber or a beautician, you don't really think of the back end systems or the automation part. How did you kind of get interested or get involved with automation?
Um, I no matter what I do, I just know it's always something better, no matter what it is. So I just always keep my ears to the street, be in the right circles, the right rooms, always learning, became addicted to learning, mentorships and stuff of that nature. And when you're in the right circles, you'll get the right information.
Right. And I know that like every business pretty much, or any business process, you have to have some kind of process, or some kind of a system on the back end for things to work. And
Yes.
sometimes you do it on the fly. I know we had to do things on the fly with our podcast and stuff, but we now have an established system that works for us. And so when you help people make their automations or make their system, I'm sure it's not all like a cookie cutter for everyone. It's going to be tailored to what they're doing and their need. Is that correct? Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. I actually am bringing in some really big key things that they'll need. Not only will I show them a back-end system, I'm actually going to introduce them to my accountant. I'm actually going to introduce them to my banker. Some people don't even understand you can't open up a business account if you're not incorporated, but you can do a DBA. You can do a DBA account, right? So in order to do some of these, in order to have these back-end systems, we have to have somewhere for your money to go to.
Yeah.
So I actually have a couple of banks that are lined up that's willing to open up these accounts for them to get them all set up. My accountant will get them started from the ground floor up, get all their taxes and stuff together so they can be able to move forward with that. I also have a template ebook that would show them and introduce them to the beginning of Canva, where they can make their business cards, their flyers, everything that they need to be able to get up and be successful associated with the back-end system.
Amazing.
Right.
I
Wow.
follow you on social media. I see that you mentor young people that are just entering, are they training to be cosmetologists, or they're already licensed into like business ownership in the beauty industry?
Well, if they're licensed, I mean, I can teach them too, but you don't have to have a license to be a braider. I can do that too. Anything in a beauty industry, no matter what it is you do, if you had a back-end system, it's just gonna make it better.
Right.
It's gonna make it better. But if they, someone come in, if someone said, hey, I want to come work at the salon, and I see that whether they're struggling or not, I'm gonna give them the information to be able to bring them, to bring them up forward. Because if I help them win, then we're gonna win together. So and it's so simple. It's so simple. And I think people don't do these things not because they don't want to, they just don't know they exist and they just don't know the benefit of it. So if I explain to them the benefit and I can show them how this could make them work smarter, not harder, why not?
Right.
Right.
So
Why
can
not?
you, like, just for a scenario purpose, like, I'm a beautician, or I'm a new into cosmetology, and I might be focused on one area. Maybe I'm just focused on lashes and nails or something. And I'm of course I don't know anything about it, so I'm just saying. I just want, if you would, can you walk us through a scenario of how I would set up my backend system off the top of your head? Like, what are the steps? Like from the moment that the client books, and then take us through the steps that you would advise the owner or the person.
Well, I'm gonna show them how to fish. They're not gonna be in my back-end system. I'm gonna give them their own back-end system
Right.
and show them how it works.
Okay.
So once we get them into a system and they set the system up, I'm going to give them all the things that they need to be able to set up into the system the right way. So you just can't go in the system and say, my name is Keisha Brown, here's my phone number. There are some things that you need to be able to put in place for people to take you serious. Like some of your professional emails and stuff of that nature, to be able to get you going the right way, because people want to do business with people who take their business serious. And not only will this system give you your analytics, it will also market for you and get you new clients, right? In order for them to market for you and get you new clients, you have to be set up properly.
Right.
So I'm gonna show them how to be set up properly, and then we'll put them in the system. And once everything is set up properly and they're in the system, it's just like light, just turn on all the lights and it just starts working. But when you go into this, just in a beauty business period, you know, you got to make sure that you avoid what I call shiny syndrome. You can be good at a bunch of things, but you can master one thing. And that one thing that you're really, really, really good at, that's what you want to put in that system. Because they're going to send it to you. They're going to send you the client, but it's up to you to do a good enough job for that client to come back and for them to send you more. So if you haven't figured out how to hone in on one thing and do really good at it, then we can't keep sending you business because you're not kicking it out the way that they want to see it. So you find one thing you're good at, even though you say you do multiple things, you really say, this is what I'm really good at. Send me a lot of this, even though I'm capable of doing these other things as well. And they'll mix it up, but 60% of what they send you will be what you say. Whether it be braids or ponytails, weaves, wigs, whatever it is, I'm capable of doing all of these things, but I'm really good at this particular thing. That's what you're going to eat with.
Okay.
Okay.
That's great marketing.
Yeah.
Because you got to be findable. Because I know I move a lot. So when I move
Yeah.
into a new area, you know, I got my beautician in Chicago, but like when I moved to California, for example, I didn't know who to call to do my hair. So I'm scrolling through Google and there's so many people that probably just were great that couldn't be found. I don't know they're
Absolutely.
there, you know, so you got to be findable.
Yes, most definitely. You have to be findable and you have to stay true to your niche.
Yeah.
You really have to stay true to your niche. And I learned that the hard way with spending a lot of unnecessary money. But if I would have just stuck to what it is that bring me the most joy and that I'm really good at, that's where the most money was.
And
Because I know it like the back of my hand.
what is that? Like, what's your area?
Oh, what my area expertise is, I specialize in hair augmentation, and I'm really good at what they call a silk press.
Okay.
So I'm making a lot of money. Right now, I'm marketing that more than anything. And then next 6 months, I'll change it probably to hair augmentation or something like that.
That's
But I'll
interesting.
toggle
Okay.
between the two.
Right. So do your systems include like CRMs or customer relations management, like with a software, or is it a
It's
little bit of
software.
both? Yeah.
It's most definitely a software.
Okay.
So let me see, I'm put a couple of things down that this thing actually does, so I don't actually forget anything. So it's gonna let you know when your appointments are upcoming, how long it would take. It's gonna mark it for you. It's also like I said, it's gonna store your cut. It's gonna build a pool. So you'll have your own pool to fish from, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about like jumping out there in the blind. If you have a new product out, a new hairstyle, or however it may be, your CRM is built out. So you can actually sell or shop or fish in your own pool.
Yes. That's so powerful.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So tell us about beauty automations. We're talking about these systems. What is beauty
Oh,
automations? Because it's a new
so
concept.
one of my companies that I do have is Beauty Automation. It's an unmanned beauty supply store. It's run on automation and the machines run the store. So it's open 24 hours and I have it located in the LAX corridor.
That's an amazing
Wow. That is
location.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really amazing. So it's all automated. So as I sit here talking to you guys, I probably made $30, $40 or however it may be. And once I found out about how well automation is, I automated everything. My salon is automated because of my backend system. Now the beauty supply place is 100% automated. No one's there. It runs by itself and it's 24-hour access, to the public. I'm also my training, my masterclass that I'm doing, that's actually automated, but that will be done in person.
Okay.
So if you're in the Los Angeles area, you can actually come to me in person. We'll have you bring your laptop, your cell phone, and I'm physically going to walk people through how to set up this back-end system.
All
So
right.
that's a cool part about that. And then once we get all the local people here together and up to speed, and then we'll venture into maybe doing something in a webinar or something of that nature. But right now, I'm a people person. I want to put my hands on people and I let them ask me questions and I can answer them right there and not have to wait for a delayed email or a delayed response on social media.
Right. So talk more about beauty automation. This is like So I've seen this, y'all. This is so awesome. It's like, isn't it like I don't know, those machines,
The
describe
vending
the
machine.
machines,
Yes.
vending machines,
So
yeah.
So what I did was I took a regular ordinary machine and I had it customized. So the machine has conveyor belts and hydraulic lifts. Then it has touch screen. It only takes credit cards. It's cashless. It has amazing analytics on it. I have two-way. I mean, I can speak to you on camera from anywhere. You know, if there's any issues that you have, I can talk to you on camera. Um, the machines have videos, and if there's something that you're looking for and it's not there, then that's when the AI kicks in and suggests another product for you. It's an amazing thing. It's very 2024, very 2024.
Wow.
Wow.
That is
I think it has
amazing.
like refrigeration, built-in alarms on it. The machines are amazing. They took a
That
long
makes
time to build. It took a long time for me to be able to tell them exactly what I wanted them to do, and they executed. The designers most definitely executed.
And
I
you
really
couldn't have
think,
asked for, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say you could have asked for a better location being in the airport where people are coming and going and like all the time and they forget, you know, something that a beauty product or shampoo or whatever is in the machine.
A1
They go up to
location.
it. Yeah.
The
So
thing about this is that I'm not located physically inside of the airport.
okay.
I'm actually right when you come down out of departure. I'm in between the Hilton and the Marriott.
Okay.
Okay, I know
So I'm
you.
located like right there. And then I entered into a partnership with the Hilton and with the Marriott on both sides with their concierge. So if there's something clients are looking for, if they don't have it, it's open 24 hours. They can go over to the store, get the product, and still make sure that the client has what they need.
Girl, that's
So
smart.
so still a high traffic area. That's awesome. Very powerful.
Absolutely.
And
And
building
then
great.
not only that, it's actually located inside of a building that has a salon suite on the inside with 90 different hairstylists, barbers, braiders, nail techs. Yeah, I mean, everything you can imagine in the beauty industry is located inside of that building as well.
Wow.
That's what I call building great relationships, which is
Absolutely.
extremely important. Well done on that.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm actually looking, I actually scouted two other locations that I'm looking to execute on. One won't even be built out. It's another location that won't even be completed. I think maybe in the summer. I've already reached out and tried to see if I can be able to get a space there as well. We actually, I actually have another location, I believe that's, where's that? Culver City.
Okay.
I haven't like, excuse me, I haven't like really decided if I wanted to do that one as well. Because even though that they're automated and they're hands off, I mean, they're automated, they're not 100% hands off. You will have to go on a Sunday, maybe twice a week, depending on how much traffic and fill it up, right? So I think what I would pretty much like to do later on in the future is show other people how to be able to obtain one of these stores as well. And then that way they can have one as well. And I don't have to run all over the city. But no matter what, everything starts with that, with getting that system together to be able to generate the income.
I do kind of want to get more into like your creative process because I feel like you really are a pioneer in this space. I've
Yes.
never heard or seen this concept before anywhere. So like what gave you the idea? Like this clearly came out of your head. And then also how was the process of it even getting these machines made? Because it's not like your common Coca-Cola vending machine or anything like that. You had to really, really design these and put a lot of work into getting them built.
So it's really funny how this came about. I entered into a mentorship for cybersecurity.
Oh.
Right. So we're in this mentorship with cybersecurity, and I'm a real sister. And I believe that there's certain things people of color should not know in cybersecurity. So it became a little too much for me. I didn't want to learn certain things. I didn't want to learn where certain audio and video surveillance were. It was just a little too stressful for me. So I took the things that I knew and I took my niche, which is the beauty industry, and I put the two together. And I actually wanted to, I had to. It was imperative that I find a business that I could have for another stream of income that didn't require me to be there. So I learned a lot about the automation in the cybersecurity, because cybersecurity is a lot of automation. It's a lot of stuff going on, and it's just done with computers, with push of buttons. So I end up just putting the two together. I found a designer. He was probably way out there and as creative as I was, and it just worked. And once it was all said and done, it took about 4 months for us to complete it. And then I had it white glove to California.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we did a lot of Zoom, a lot of emails, a lot of back and forth. I even had to send product to where he was just so he can make sure that some of the slots were large enough. Some of the conveyor belts were strong enough to be able to vend and push some of these things that I had in there that they never ever been before. You've never seen a vending machine that can be able to vend full-size blow dryers and curling irons and flat irons and stuff of that nature. Vending machines normally vend snacks and food.
Right.
So when you get into things that are like weigh a couple of pounds, that took some creativity to do, and it worked out. It really worked out, and I was excited about it. Now, if I do it again, after having it, there are so many different ways of doing it, because the way I did it this time was very, very, very expensive. I wanted all the bells and whistles because I wanted to dominate that industry. And I wanted to do something that nobody has ever done before, and they have not. Some people have vending machines that have beauty products, but not the size of the things that I have. And they don't vend the things that I vend. They vend smaller things, brushes, combs, bonnets, you know, glue, hair glue and stuff of that nature, or maybe even bundles of hair, but nobody vends the things that I vend.
Oh, that's so
Wow. Did you
amazing.
trademark it?
Oh, we did a utility patent, absolutely.
That's amazing. Can you talk
Absolutely.
about the importance of protecting your brand and protecting your intellectual and your actual like property, you know, because you made the blueprint for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of thieves out there. I mean, but you know what?
Yeah.
I put it this way. No matter what you do, no matter who copies it, nobody's going to do it the way you do it.
That part.
And the thing about it is that if I could be able to show the single mom, the single young dad, who really don't have no care for the beauty industry alone, but I can show them how to vend certain things, right? I would love to do that. I would love to do that. It's if we don't find ways to be able to move forward and do what's coming up, we're gonna get left behind, like really left behind. And if I didn't take the cybersecurity course, I would have been one of those people who was left behind, because some of these things I didn't even know existed. So that did open my eyes to that. It opened me up to another world. And then at the same time, I'm almost addicted to mentorship. So I'm always in the room. I'm always learning new things, and that keeps me moving forward so I don't become stagnated.
That's so amazing. But I know for a fact, after all the things that I've seen you accomplish, I'm following you and I've seen all the things that you have accomplished. And I think it's so amazing. So I'm going to give you your flowers because you started at 12, braiding hair at 12.
I
And look
did.
at you. You have a true God-given gift and you have utilized it and used it amazingly. And so I want to let you know I'm giving you my flowers, or flowers to you, for all your accomplishments in your journey. And I just like to know, like, if someone like, see, I'm from Texas, so if someone like from Texas and you're in California, I know, but what if they want a vending machine? Maybe they have a shop and they want to get their own vending machine and start. Would you help people like start their brand and get one too? Do you help people with that?
I would,
Hmm.
but I would like to introduce them to, because it's not as simple as just getting a vending machine. You have to know how to scout that.
Okay.
These vending machines weigh 1,000 pounds. The ones that I have weigh 1,000 pounds. They're 5 feet wide, 7 feet tall. These are,
Wow.
you even have to have a location before you can even consider getting this machine. Because what happens if you get the machine and then someone says, yeah, you can have this location, and the machine won't fit through the door? What do you do?
Wow.
All right.
So it's imperative that you have a location first. You have to know the size of the door frame and all of this stuff to be able to even play in this arena. You have to know how to scout the area. You can't just put them anywhere. And in order for it to be inside of a salon, it has to be a heavy volume salon. I mean, like at least 24, 25 people for it to even make sense.
Mhm.
It's a lot that goes into it. It looks good, but it's a lot of bells and whistles that goes into it, a lot of twists and turns and a lot of information. I learned a lot of stuff through trial and error. You have to make sure you have to have the perfect amount of electricity. You have to make sure that there's a great internet service there, because remember, these machines are cashless, so they run off a cell tower. So
Okay.
you can't put them anywhere. You know
The
what I'm
things you
saying?
don't think about, you know,
Right.
you think you
Very
just
much
plug it up
so.
and done.
Yeah, no. What happens if there's an outage? Your
Right.
machines still need to run. My machines have refrigeration that you can turn on and turn off. So they do a lot of stuff. So there is some training that needs to go in. If someone wanted to do that, I'm in the process of trying to put together some kind of training with my IT guy, where we can be able to walk people through that, and I can teach them what I did and what not to do from what I did, you know. So I'm still in the ground floors of learning that. I haven't even had this store for a complete year, and it's a scalable business. It would be kind of like, this is my version of what you call like a laundromat, slow and steady. Long as you put product in, it's slow and steady. It's not that, oh, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna make $60,000, $70,000 this week. Oh, most definitely it's not that. Because when you have those people who say they make that type of money a month, that's quick, fast, and it burns out. Then they got to go look for something else.
Yeah.
So this is within my niche. It's slow and steady, and it's consistent.
Love it.
That's keeping it real to the
I love
highest
it.
power and being honest, you know,
Yeah.
which truly, I think I appreciate it. And I think a lot of people that are learning from you would appreciate that, because somebody that was just thirsty to sell you something would just say, oh yeah, buy this machine, knowing full well that this person, like you said, probably can't even fit it in the door. So the fact that you're being open and upfront and letting people know, you know, like this
I
is
was
what
that
it is.
person, you know, that someone took advantage of financially like that in so many ways on different things that I entered in. And my thing is that it's enough money out here for everybody. And if you can help somebody just be able to keep the lights on, be able to eat, or however, especially in the beauty industry, those are my people. I just want to make sure that they are okay. Because it's like, you have to really love that business, because that business will slide all around. You have good weeks, you have bad weeks, but one thing we know for sure, the bills are always coming. So you have to learn how to have discipline when you get the money, because a lot of people in the beauty industry, we don't have respect for money. We get it, we spend it. That's just how it is. So you have to learn how to have discipline in this business in order to sustain, as long as I've been able to sustain.
That's so true. And you know what else I think is valuable is that in the beauty industry, you're not typically going to make money unless you're physically there doing the client's hair, doing the client's lashes, doing the client's makeup. This is a way to make money when you're not physically there. You know, a couple of times you have to go for maintenance, but I think this is such a huge blessing to that industry because it gives people options, you know?
But you know what's really cool? That's with that in that business, my business, my beauty supply store, that is correct. But when it comes to my hair salon, the back end system that I'm training people on is so outstanding. You only come to work when you have a client. The days of sitting in the salon waiting for somebody to come in, that is gone. I wake up, if I have something on the books, I go in. If I don't, I don't. But for sure, I'm gonna have a nice week before that week is out. It might be 2 days of just chilling, but that third, fourth, and fifth day gonna be full power, because that's the way that we set it up.
Man, I love that.
I do too. Time is so valuable.
Yes,
the cool thing about it is that with this back end system, you're able to shut it down at a certain time. So the days of missing a holiday, missing a kid event, a football game, the play, these days are gone, because you set your schedule with your system, and your system works for you. So there's no more, I can't make it, I have to do this, I have to do that. You can just schedule everything to work that way. You can take a vacation, you can block out days, you can do some of everything. It does any and everything you need it to do.
Oh.
And it gets you ready for the IRS.
Even better.
Right.
Which is
I
very
love
important.
For them.
That is so powerful how the
Yeah.
days of sitting in the salon waiting on a client are gone, y'all. That is
Yes.
amazing.
And it's cashless. We're cashless.
Yeah.
We don't take cash. We don't take cash at all. Even if there was a client that wanted to give me cash, that's just not the client for me.
Do they pay online? They prepay and then that's it? And they come?
Oh, the system take care of everything.
Wow, that's
Good.
awesome. I love
And
it.
not only does it protect me, it protects the client as well. So say for instance, because life does happen. Say for instance, there's a situation, there's a 2 o'clock appointment. The system obtained all the information for them. The client is sitting here waiting. Anything could have happened with my child, my family, anything, and I don't make it. I just don't make it. I don't get to keep the money. There is a number, a way that they can be able to contact my back-end system and get a full refund.
Okay, amazing.
Love
I
it.
love that.
So it protects the stylist and it protects the client as well.
That's amazing, girl. Where can people find you?
Well, I have so many ways of being found. So with my you can find me at Trifecta Hair Masterclass.com. I have an Instagram, it's Queen Aries Speak on IG. You can actually find me on Facebook at Aries Philips-Henderson, our Trifecta Hair, and I also have Beauty Automation. All of those are on Facebook and IG.
Wow.
Great. So do you have an upcoming masterclass?
I have an upcoming masterclass coming on June 2nd. It's going to be in person. We'll also have lunch be provided as well. And I'm having people come in and I'm going to show them how to get into this back-end system or get this back-end system for their business, their braiding business, their barber business, their hair, nails, whatever it is. We're going to do it in person. And they can register for that training at trifectahairmasterclass.com. And all the information will be there.
So if you're in California, June 2nd, register for that masterclass with Aries, y'all. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Definitely. I wanted to ask you, we got a couple of minutes left. What advice would you give somebody that is kind of that, we have ideas in our head a lot of times, we don't execute on them. We may, feel self-confident or that, oh, this is stupid and don't move on it. Like what advice would you give a person about moving forward with their thoughts and their ideas?
Stay away from anybody who don't believe in your dream. Whatever it is that you're actually doing, find a mentorship. You're going to get there a whole lot. Find a mentorship. It's gonna be able to make you execute it. Once you find a mentor or a mentorship, then you'll see if you really want to be in that business or not, and don't give up. If you really feel like it's gonna work, do everything you can in your power to be able to learn as much about the business as you can. And stay away from, normally, what's funny? The people who would normally say something negative about what it is that you're trying to do are always the brokest people. It's always the ones that always have so much to say is the one that just don't have nothing going on. Because majority of the people have something going on business-wise. They want you to move forward because they don't want to be the only one on the ship. They want to be able to circle itself and have friends that are doing a business as well too. So normally it's only people who I guess who sit around and just waiting for that lottery ticket, I guess. They just really didn't put nothing in place. So they buy the lottery ticket and just say, hey, hope it works. But anything out of this life you want, you have to put the work in. People are afraid of the work. Put the work in. I don't care if you want to come out, if you like coloring, a coloring book. There's a mentorship for that, and you can find out how to make your own coloring book and put it on e-commerce, whatever, make some money from it.
Absolutely.
Truer words could not have been spoken. Miss Aries,
Yes.
thank you so much, Queen, for coming on and dropping these gems for people. We will have all your links and everything in the description box if people want to join the masterclass.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much once again for coming on. You have an amazing journey and we're proud of you and we hope to have you back soon for some updates, so thank you again.
Looking forward to see it. Looking forward to coming back on with you guys and giving you guys updates. The name of the game is multiple streams of income and stay within your niche, whatever that may be.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye-bye.